we've actually got a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for a flight. Colin's with me now. Would you like to speak to him directly?
Yeah, that'd be terrific, yeah.
Okay, here you go. Thank you.
Hello, is that Peter?
Yeah, hello, Colin. Yeah, I've been sending in questions over the website, but I know that you're sort of a bit flooded that way.
Yes, we get so many nowadays, but we do our best to get to them, but they can be quite delayed,
Yeah. I'll be honest, Colin, is that, I probably would never actually become a party member, but right. I would support you because of your policy for binding referenda.
Right.
I might even, actually end up voting for you and telling everyone I know to do the same. If I can get enough detail about, exactly what the details are.
Absolutely, I should be able to answer
okay. All right. When you say that binding this would be a bottom line for you, does that mean that that's on all issues that could be put up through a citizens initiated referendum?
Just hang on a minute. What I'll do, Peter, is I'll get out of the whip.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to hear in a windy location.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just let me. Hold on. I can take that one. I'm just going to get myself to a better spot, then I'll be able to cover those questions off for you.
Okay.
Alright, there we go. I've got myself into a nice quiet.
Oh, yeah, that sounds better.
Away you go.
Yeah, so when you say that, binding referenda would be a bottom line for you, does that mean that, that would be on all issues that come up through the CIR process?
What we mean when we say that is that if somebody wants to support them as a government, we would expect them to agree that from now on referenda votes will count. They won't be able to ignore them as they have done previously.
Yeah, and I know that there's a 2/3, like 60, is it 66% or 67%?
Yeah, we do want a little bit of a safety margin because questions can be asked in a way that is possibly not ideal.
But
the other,
would you? Sorry, Colin. What I'm really asking is, would you only require bindingness on some issues but not on other issues? Like, if you were in negotiations, could it be that the government said, well, look, we can't give bindingness on things to do with anything fiscal or something like that,
We wouldn't want to rule out those options, although I would accept that there is an argument that says that any referenda with substantial fiscal consequence must identify how it will be funded, and I think that is actually quite reasonable. So if, for example, someone says we have a referendum to make buses free for everybody, obviously that's going to involve quite a bit of cost. Therefore, it would be quite legitimate to say, you can propose that, but you must say how it's going to get funded. So the question would end up being, we want free buses for all New Zealanders funded by a toll on, the major roadways or something like that. So I think there may be a need to recognise that wherever you've got a fiscal implication, you actually do have to address that legitimately and transparently in the question that is asked.
Yeah, but can I get really clear that what you're saying is that it will be a bottom line for bindingness on all CIR questions?
If the citizens of the country want to have a referendum on something, good on them. That's their democratic right.
So you wouldn't go into negotiations and negotiate a way that we won't be bindingness on some issues. Your bottom line is that there must be bindingness on all issues.
That's right. The citizens have a right to propose any issue that they want to.
Cool. Okay, that sounds really good. And then the other question I have is, when you say that it would be a bottom line for supporting any government, is that for any support? That includes, actually going into coalition and also, supporting a government from outside as well. Like just on confidence and supply, just any support at all.
It would be, from our point of view, necessary for confidence and supply or a coalition agreement. If we ended up sitting on what they call in the obviously you can't impose that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still going to remain core policy, and we might look through how if someone wants to get through a piece of legislation, we might say to them, well, you know, if you really want to get that through, how about you amend the existing citizens-initiated referenda legislation to at least bring in some level of binding threshold or something like that. So if it's about confidence in supply or coalition, then the answer is yes. If we are not in the position to do that, we would probably still try and make progress on the issue anyway, but we wouldn't be in a position to move it forward with any sort of certainty.
Okay.
Try.
Yeah. So, I mean, that answers my questions, Colin. Thanks very much. I'm just wondering, would you be able to, actually, could I ask you to actually, because I don't know, everybody sees their own question as a priority, but for me, this is, the really big one.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to, can I just ask you to get around to answering my question on the website and actually spill those things out?
I will try and move that one forward for you better.
That'd be great.
Did you ask it?
Look, I've actually been sending in the question over and over again for about over a month, actually. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because I'll be quite frank. I'm not really a conservative person, but I really believe that we need some direct democracy in this country. So, I would. There's a very large chance that if you spill those things out, I would actually vote for you. But that's not certain. But what I would do is I would certainly tell everybody I know, to spread your message, because it deserves to be, your message, that you would stand up for that direct democracy component.
Yeah,
that deserves to be spread. Even if I don't agree with the rest of your party's policies. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Ultimately, we're giving the power to the people.
Yeah.
And that means they've got the power to overrule any policy.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's democracy. Yeah.
I think that's what democracy is.
Yeah. I actually, I don't know if you've got in time before you have to rush off, but I actually look at the Swiss model, and I'm not all that knowledgeable, and also probably the Californian model as well. And what I see is that they actually put, certain fundamental rights out of reach of referenda,
Yeah.
And I actually favour that model myself, and I actually favour that, it's actually the questions which affect all of us equally, like, asset sales and spying powers that referenda are really, relevant to. That's my sort of view anyway.
Yeah, no, look, that's fantastic. Well, look, I'll try and get to your question, Peter.
Yep.
The reality is I won't be able to get to this thing in a couple of days
Yep.
because I'm travelling.
Yep.
But what I will try and do is manage to get it up and with an answer by Friday.
That's wonderful. Thanks, Colin.
Hey, thanks, Peter,
Cheers.
for calling.
Have a good trip. Cheers. Okay, bye.
Bye.
It's the 18th of February 2014 at 12:33.